MCU is back. It's not. It's not back. Oh, God.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
So, Fantastic Four, the new film by Marvel, Disney, part of the MCU. Now we're on movie number 155. I think it's like number 42 or something. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. Let me just stop there. Let me just start from the beginning. Let me just give you a bit of background behind the film, because that's typically what film reviewers do, right? Well, they give you a bit of background and then they go from there and they tell you about the film. So let me do what I should do. Let me tell you about the film. So it's directed by Matt Shackman. Matt Shackman. If you don't know who that is, he was one of the early directors, or maybe even the first director, or maybe the only director of that TV show, Brain Thinking. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's it. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Now that that's settled, we can have a normal conversation.
So he was one of the early directors of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he also directed the absolutely woeful MCU Marvel, the first ever Marvel Disney Plus TV show, whose name I forget. This is what happens. This is what happens when you try and just go off the dome. It just doesn't work. I know people think I use ChatGPT. I don't. And this is one of the reasons. It's just, I really do my research. First ever Disney Plus show. WandaVision, that's it. And I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. So going into this film, I had my trepidations. This video is going terribly. I should write a script. I should really just use ChatGPT. It's much easier. Let me just type in script for, just give script for that. Yep, there we go. Got a whole script. Fantastic Four is the film by the way, there's nothing on the screen. It's comedy.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and the other guy whose name is very long. I'm not going to pronounce the whole thing.
Eben Masbokaruk.
This film is meant to kick off the whole new phase of the MCU. Now, obviously, technically speaking, it doesn't kick off the whole phase of the next MCU because I don't know what phase we're in, and I don't particularly care. Now, I really enjoyed Thunderbolt. I really enjoyed Thunderbolt. It's terrible, isn't it? I hated the last Captain America film. But Thunderbolt, I thought if they can get the next film right, which is Fantastic Four, we're in for a treat. Like, the MCU could be back. Oh man. See, the thing is, I'm not one of these haters. I don't hate Disney. I don't like particularly some of the stuff they've done over the past few years. I think they've really tanked a lot of franchises, Star Wars, Marvel. But I'm not one of these people who just sits on the channel and just moans about MCU, the MCU, this being woke, that being woke. Anyway, let's get to the point of this video. Man, this film I know I keep doing that. You probably like, just get to the point, and I want to, like, I've just seen it. I've literally seen it an hour ago. Let me put it in terms that are more understandable. This morning, by chance, when watching YouTube, I saw a review of the film. I can't remember what channel it was. And what they said was, Fantastic Four is a better film than Superman 2025 by James Gunn, but they preferred Superman 2025. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I now understand exactly what they mean, because this film, in parts, is so good. It's so good. Now, typically those parts are the action parts. It's an action sequence. So I'm not going to give away too much of what happens, but it's the first real action sequence in space, which is the best MCU fight action sequence since Infinity War, even better than Endgame. It's so good. It lasts for about 15 minutes. It's so damn good. And then we have another sequence towards the end of the film, which again, I'm not going to give away what happens. Amazing. Another amazing action scene. Pedro Pascal is amazing in this role. I loved him in Narcos, absolutely loved him. And for that reason, I will always stick behind Pedro Pascal. Vanessa Kirby is so good in this film. Joseph Quinn, who I've not seen in many things, I don't think.
You said he sucked in this film.
So yeah, the cast is really good. Cinematography is good. Music is good. If you take the storyline from A to B to C, it's great. Where this film really lets itself down is just everything else. How they execute the storyline is very poor. The editing is too rushed. Editing is so rushed. Now, if you've not seen the trailer, there's a moment in the trailer. This is a bit of a spoiler, but it's in the trailer. There's a moment in the trailer where he says to the crew of Fantastic Four, "Give me your baby and I'll let your planet live." That is so good. That sets up the film perfectly. When that moment happens in the film, when you see it in the film, it's so disappointing. The reactions from the characters are too quick. They don't sit on that moment for long enough. Edited really poorly, too quickly. There's music over it. It's handled so badly. And this continues throughout the film because after that moment, there's so many big decisions. And it's all about the ethos and the ethics and the morals of saving your baby ahead of a planet. Such a massive decision to make. That should be what this film's really about. And I feel they kind of rushed through that. That is a huge moral dilemma. But the way it's just rushed through is disappointing, if I'm being honest with you. And the whole film's like that. Like there's a lot of moments of pathos that just are rushed through. I know I keep going on and I don't want to have a go at the editors. I'm not having a go at the editors, I'm having a go at the editing. And by that, what I mean is I'm sure the studio jumped in and went, "This is too slow, chop it up and make it faster." You can just tell you can just tell. And the music, which people have been praising, is fine, but it's just honestly, it's too much. It's way too much. It's Oppenheimer on speed. Yeah, I was disappointed. Now, the reason why the editing is so quick, because there's so much going on, and there didn't need to be so much going on. But the character of the Silver Surfer, the female Silver Surfer, she ruins the film. Now, it's not because she's a woman.
How dare you?
I did say before, that's not the kind of reviewer that I am. Or
Marcus had a whole part of the video that he edited out as the video was too long. It spoke about other channels and how they always bash woke agendas. He took it out of this video. However, in retrospect, if he just removed this voiceover by me, the legend, he could have kept it in.
kind of YouTube channel I am, not kind of person I am. I mean, I've made a few films and most of the characters are always female, but this character is awful. And I say that because this idea that you need to give your baby up or we crush your planet, that's the film. When you start adding in this side quest story and the backstory of this specific character, you're really adding too much on, but it's stuffing too much in. And that's why the film is edited so quickly. And I just want to touch on another thing. It's to do with editing again. Obviously, we have a typical Marvel MCU film where the quippy lines are just like rat-a-tat and characters are making quippy lines. And sometimes it undercuts the drama, sometimes it doesn't. From being a filmmaker, I can tell there were quippy moments in this film and they've cut them out. They've obviously done this at some point, done a screening to an audience. The audience have gone, "This is too quippy." They cut them out, which doesn't work well, I must say. I found myself writing the jokes in my head to what should be said when this thing happens. I know people wanted that from the MCU, but at the same time, it just doesn't work for me. The film feels like a bit of a drag. One last thing I want to touch upon is this whole new thing of not giving the backstories of characters. I understand with Spider-Man, there's been so many iterations of Spider-Man, you don't need to do the backstory. Batman is the same thing, you don't need to keep doing the same story about the pearls and the mother and the father. I feel like with Fantastic Four, there's been two sets of films, one set of films and one standalone film that was like 2015, which was an absolute flop, by the way. I personally don't know enough about the Fantastic Four, and I would have liked a bit of backstory. They try and do it with a newsreel type thing, which is nice, but it doesn't give me the scope into the characterizations of the characters. I don't understand the characterization of the characters, so when they make decisions, I'm not with them as they make decisions. You know what I mean? 10 episodes of a TV series, you know what that character is going to do when something happens. You don't get that here because you haven't got the backstory of these characters. You don't know what they were like as characters before they became superheroes. So yeah, it was so close. Like the action sequences, amazing. The special effects, great. The bad guy, Ant-Man, the most recent Ant-Man. I've not seen Ant-Man, but I know how Ant-Man ends, and I know they undercut the power of the enemy, the bad guy. But some of the thing happens here. There is a mid sequence, credit sequence thing that happens, which is, I found it really underwhelming. Don't even bother waiting around for the last bit, like the end credit sequence. It's pointless to stay around for that. I don't know why I stayed around for it in the end. So yeah, what am I going to give this film? I'm actually so disappointed. I felt like if they just got this film right, I would be so excited for the next film. And they didn't. They didn't get this right. And it's a real shame because I can see amongst this edit, there's a really good film there. And it's so heartbreaking. Honestly, I'm heartbroken. I love the MCU. Well, I love the pre-MCU. Recently, it's been awful, really bad. So I was hoping that this was going to be the resurrection that I wanted. I'm just not excited for the next film. It's just how it's pieced together. It's just not good. The editing is really bad, guys. And again, I'm not blaming the editors. I'm blaming the studio who have cut this film to pieces. Pieces. So yeah, I'm gonna give this film a 6. Honestly, it could have been one of the great MCU films. But yeah, have you seen this film? Let me know in the comments. Are you excited for the next phase of the MCU? I will be back later on for a live stream. I'm not going to be on for long. I'm going to be on for probably an hour. I always say that. I'm here for like 3 hours. I don't want to be on for too long. I've had a hard, long week. I've made like, honestly, this week I've made like, I don't know, 5 videos. And some of them have been so long to make, like 8 hours to make per video. I don't know what's wrong with me. I need a social life. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. You're amazing. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. I love you guys. Honestly, and I mean that. I love you guys. Speak to you soon.